Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Seth, and today we are going to be delving into Iraqi uniforms and gear from the 1980s up until the early 2000s. Now, the most commonly used uniform by Iraqi forces would definitely be the green and tan uniforms. These were either manufactured locally or imported from Romania in the 1990s. Both versions of these uniforms are also currently available in our store if you're interested in grabbing a set. Now, in terms of camouflage, it was really only used by Iraqi special forces, Iraqi paratroopers, or sometimes just regular troops. Now here we have one of the most common Iraqi uniforms, Iraqi DPM, which is ironic because Iraq is mostly desert, and for some reason they thought it'd be a wonderful idea to make a woodland uniform, so I don't know what they were thinking, but it does look very, very cool. There was also a variant of Desert DPM that they used, which confused British coalition forces because they also used Desert DPM. And last but not least, we have the Iraqi blotch pattern uniform. This was one of the last patterns that was introduced into the Iraqi military before the 2003 invasion. Now, moving on to helmets. We see a variety of different helmets all across different conflicts from the 80s up until the early 2000s. You see Polish WZ-50 helmets, Czech M50 helmets, and also SSH-40 and 68 helmets. But by far, the most commonly seen produced ones were the South Korean-made M80 helmets, which were in either tan or green and occasionally seen with these camouflage helmet covers. We currently have these green M80 helmets on sale for only 60 bucks, so get them while they last. Now, these helmets offer basically no protection because they're made up of pressed nylon and resin, and South Korea actually ended up sending millions of these helmets. I thought you were our ally, South Korea. Why'd you do that to us? I'm gonna have to have a word with your president. Now, moving on to field gear. We have a copy of the British Pattern 58 webbing, or the Chinese Type 56 Chi-Com. Now, these items were either manufactured locally or imported from China. The way you could tell these were Iraqi are by the unique markings that are seen on them. And it just so happens when you have Iraqi-made field gear, it tends to be of extremely low quality. Who would have guessed? Now, a full set of the webbing would include a yoke, belt, mag pouches, and other sustainment pouches, along with the field pack to store other gear. And of course, every soldier would be incomplete without a plush or a shelter cover. These were either seen in green or a Desert DPM style camouflage pattern. And of course, because the Iraqis loved the British so much, they also copied the Pattern 58 canteens. You can also see the iconic Iraqi military gym marking on the front here on both of these. Now, two common types of gas masks that you would see with Iraqi troops would either be the Romanian M76 gas mask or the Yugo M59 gas mask. And this particular Romanian M76 gas mask that we have in our collection is battlefield pickup. Now, of course, every Iraqi soldier usually had personal care items on them as well, i.e. shaving kit with the brush and the razor, matches for lighting cigarettes, and if you were a lucky ducky, you would get a bandage as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this breakdown of the Iraqi uniforms and gear from the 80s to the early 2000s. We hope to see you again soon.